Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing on more Kerbal Space Program, and today, what are we doing? We're landing on the moon. But first of all, we're gonna research some tech here, and I think it's wise, for multiple reasons, to research one of these two things. Because these things, I don't actually know what's on the tech tree. I'm gonna say that right now. Well, I know what's on the tech tree because I played the sandbox mode, but what I don't know is where things are on the tech tree, and I'm trying to get to solar panels. Once I get solar panels, I'll be able to make probes. The probe core is here, and it seems really weird that they have a probe core here when I don't have any real good way to power that probe core. Once it lands on a planet or something like that, it's going to die because it doesn't have any power. I don't even have a way to ensure that it keeps its power without slowly running its thing. Now, I've got a battery here, and I have a probe core here. The big question is, which one do I want to research first? And it seems like the one that's going to give me the most bang for my buck is this one here, because it's got this Science Junior and the bigger comm dish. I don't know what this bigger comm dish does, but, you know, hey, why not use it? So I think I'm going to research this and hope it opens up something here with some solar panels. Let's do that. Oh, electricity. Solar panels, look at that. Now, sadly, I can't research these solar panels, so I'm going to the moon without them. It's got lights, too, which is nice, and a bigger battery, which is nice as well. But this does have a battery, which is nice. What is this? Oh, ladders, look at that. Thermometer, that'll work for me. Landing gear for my airplanes, and a landing strut, which is, oh, the little landing strut, which, yeah, isn't a big deal. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to go to the moon, and we're going to send up a ship with a science bay. I've already built most of a ship, and I'm going to show that to you here. Yeah, this is the ship I sent. I just was fiddling around, and I only need one of these, because if I'm sending stuff back, I can just send it back and send it back and send it back. The problem being that I still don't have solar panels. So I think I'm gonna send two of these again. And you know what? I'm gonna do this off camera, and I'll come back to you when I'm done. Okay, here's what I did. I did crazy things. I need more power. And the only way I can make power is with these battery packs. So I slapped 16 of them around the outside here. It's hilarious because they're like AA batteries. But I wanted a wider base because this thing's getting kind of tall. So I did this crazy thing with this structure. I also doubled the goo containers on the top. I don't know if I'm going to show you what I had before, but I only had one goo container across the very top. But rather than do that, I figured to make it nice and easier so I don't have to worry about balancing this thing. It's pretty much perfectly balanced the way it is. I've got 7,500 Delta Vs, and you'll notice I don't have the computer on the back, which means I fixed my problem with that, which is cool. And the descent and landing stage has 1988. You need about 1,500, so this is a good bonus extra amount of fuel that I needed. And 7426 total is more than I should need to get to the moon and back. So let's go ahead and save this and launch it. But here's my ship. There's Jeb with his nice haircut. I might uninstall that. It's getting a little annoying having their little things change. If they were the same, I would love it. But let's see, we got our surface conditions, we've got our orbital conditions. Those are the two things I care about. Staging is probably okay. Yeah, because the solid rockets. There we go. And as soon as I get up to about 90%, I'm going to kill the thrust in these things so that I don't waste too much of my my Delta V. So 3, 2, 1, launch. And I'm sitting here watching atmospheric efficiency, just climbing quickly. And 95, I'm going to cut my thrust. Oh, yeah, I need to add thrust. I should probably also have my computer on, like someone who's not a moron. There we go. Atmospheric efficiency is too high, too low. I'm just trying to hover it right around 100. Keep it right at 99. I'm also trying to bring my nose back to the east. It's crazy how much. This is good though. We're cranking it right at 99%. Couldn't ask for better. And the solids are done. So let's go ahead and get this guy all the way up to maximum, because we're never going to see 100% again, that's for sure. We do have a little bit more control now, which is nice. Jeb's enjoying himself. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to just turn off this surface thing. We don't care about it anymore. All we care about now is our actual... what do you call it? Our altitude, and the altitude of our apoapsis. And when our actual altitude breaks around 12 or so, hopefully we'll be up around 300 meters per second. We're not going to be anywhere near that, but I'm going to start turning now. And I'm just going to slowly bring this down. This is more of an art than a science, and I am not really good at either one. But in a perfect world, you will never stop burning your engines. And you will just end up in a perfect orbit. Apparently. I'm going to say that right now. That's apparently the way it's supposed to work. I have never actually had that work for me. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So, we are having some crazy times, but that's fine. I don't know why suddenly I've lost all control in the top of my ship here, but we have plenty of power here. Let's go ahead and take a observe bay. Let's observe the mystery goo, and observe the mystery goo, and keep, and then transmit. We are sending our data. Sorry, I'm trying to do all this at the same time. It's not exactly easy while I'm running my engines and everything. Okay, we're at 100, so I've got to stop this thing here. Our electric charge is at full, which is fine. Looks like we're going to just get into orbit. I didn't really want to be at 100,000, but I was doing too many things at once. This is why I don't like the idea of spamming the science. Like trying to do science while you're flying to charge your engines. That's why I want solar panels, because I'm not the kind of guy who wants to do that kind of thing. But let's go ahead and observe this bay again. 15 values. Let's go ahead and just transmit it. We're gonna be using this thing a lot. And the mystery goos, although they're probably, yeah, see, they're not worth anything. Let's go ahead and transmit those. But yeah, let's see. We're a minute and a half from our apoapsis. So yeah, it's a gameplay thing. I don't want to have to click on 20 things while I'm flying and trying to keep my heading and all that crap. I want to just do science, have fun in the game. I know it's crazy, but I might as well transmit this a bunch of times. 25. Let's go ahead and transmit. We got plenty of battery power. Look, our power goes down so slowly. Let's observe it. Yeah, we got 5 science for that. You'll see that now we're going to get like 4 science. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for my app. I'm basically wasting time until we get to our apoapsis. The mystery goo is not worth anything, but this is worth. This is probably going to be worth 4 science now. I'm guessing 4.3. Yeah. Woohoo! Let's observe it again, and let's go ahead and see. Now we got 3.7 for the one before. I think I'm actually ahead of time on the transmission of data. Let's go ahead and do a crew report. Crew report. It's worth a tiny amount. Well, it's not worth it for that. Let's go ahead and EVA. Actually, we've only got 30 seconds, so let's not EVA. Let's go ahead and get ourselves aimed correctly. We have no torque on this ship whatsoever. Well, that's an exaggeration, because obviously we do have torque, because I'm torquing the ship right now. But we do have a lot of thrust, so I'm not too worried about beating my apoapsis, except for the fact that I'm now aimed down on the horizon. So let's go ahead and add some thrust here. And you notice that my time to apoapsis has gone up, and now it's back above. Oh. Yeah, I need to research reaction wheels. I don't think I put the right engines on here. Yeah, I didn't put the gimbaling engines on here. But this one's a gimbaling engine. Okay, and we're in orbit. I'm just going to get into orbit. This is a terrible orbit, but my apoapsis and my periapsis are in the same place, and that's enough for me. Okay, let's observe the materials, see how much they give us here. 15.7. Let's go ahead and transmit it. I don't think the goo is going to give us anything else. Yeah, that's garbage. Okay, Jeb, get out there. Let's do an EVA report. See how much that's worth. It's worth garbage. Let's go ahead and discard it. Let's get back on the ship. Okay, let's go to the moon. You're not here to watch me spam science. You're here to watch me go to the moon. Okay, it looks like we're going to be burning red around sunrise, which will be fun to do here. Going to the moon, Jeb. The moon is very easy to get to. It's not as easy as Minmus to land on. It's also not as easy as other things to get your periapsis to show up. Come on. I hate this sometimes. Okay, there's our periapsis. Let's click on it and bring it up. There we go. Okay. Okay, my periapsis is going down when I do that. It also goes down when I do this. I just want to get as close as is reasonable. Say 100,000 or even less. Okay, now it's going up. It seems like I should be able to... Yeah, see, I don't have a very good... That's the problem. I don't have a very good... What's the word? My ascending and descending nodes are crap. But there's not much I can do about that. I can actually fix it out here. Tell you what, let's do that. Let's do this burn just to get close. And then we'll fix our ascending and descending nodes when we get out there. Let's go ahead and bring up the Kerbal alarm clock. Let's add an alarm. We've got a 38-second burn, so I think 1 minute ahead of time is fine. Let's check out our ship here. I do like this ship. It's pretty sweet looking. SAS really wants to correct me back where it was. Okay. But yeah, we're waiting for this alarm, which is 16 seconds away, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to watch the sunset from orbit here. Look at the cities going by. There's Cairo down there. And we'll watch the sunrise, and then not too long after that, we will head to the moon. There's sunrise, and we're slowing down. Okay. Close the alarm. Let's see, we are 50 seconds. We got a 38-second burn, which is about 40, so we want to burn it somewhere around 20. Let's go ahead and get ourselves aimed right at this maneuver node. Go down to there we go. Okay, when we get to 20, I'm going to crank it up. I'm impatient. Actually, I'm going to wait a couple seconds here. Okay. We're burning along here. Jeb's excited. Going to the moon. We should actually see the moon out there somewhere, but I don't see it anymore. Also, my goal for a landing spot is somewhere that is both has both Kerbin and the sun visible. Because A, I want you guys to be able to actually see what I'm doing, and B, I want to actually see what I'm doing. So we can kill this maneuver node. Now let's put another one here. Yeah, we did a pretty bad launch there. We were too concerned with our we were too concerned with our getting science done. Oh, I hate that. I try to do one thing with the node and I end up doing something else. So let's go ahead and do this maneuver again. Okay, let's bring this down. 0.8, 0.4, 0.1, 0. Okay. So that's a 5-second burn. That's a nothing burn right there. There's the moon. So it looks like we're probably... The moon's going this way, which means if I land right here, that's the night side, which sucks. Basically, because it's going this way... I could be wrong. I'll wait till I get there, and then I'll figure out how the moon is rotating. But the moon is going away from the sun, which means... Actually, so this is probably sunrise, then, I'm thinking. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Let's add an alarm. We got a 5-second thing, so there's no sense doing that. Let's go 15 seconds beforehand. And let's go into free mode so we can watch Kerbal go away. Bring ourselves up here so we get a nice view. Let's hit F2, and let's hit F2 again to make sure that, yeah, we've got our maneuver node. Okay. Let's watch the magic. Oh, that's so pretty. Goodbye, Kerbal. We will be back soon. Speed it up a little bit more. Oh, it's speeding down a little bit more, which means we're at our maneuver node. And we've got 13 seconds here to burn for 5 seconds. So we're going to start right about now. That's not what I wanted. I did not know that I was going to run out of that one right there. This might be an orbit only. I wasn't even paying attention to that kind of thing. To my fuel supply. I thought I had plenty, but now I'm worried. Well, let's see what happens here if we add speed. Adding speed does nothing to our moon periapsis up there. So let's instead see what happens when we go this way. That does nothing. That does nothing. You know what? It's not doing anything because I'm not affecting my maneuver node. I'm affecting my... Okay, let's go ahead and kill this. Let's add a maneuver node. Let's do something like this. Then let's click on that. Sometimes I hate this game. Okay, let's set the moon as our target. Can we zoom in on that? No. Okay, we don't care about this periapsis. We care about this periapsis. Okay. Now, if we speed up, we can get a periapsis, a tiny, tiny little periapsis. Come on, show it to me. It's so hard to get everything on the screen at the same time, and you can't drag. Let's see. Okay. Come on, show me a periapsis. There we go. 23. I think that's perfectly fine. And it's a 1-second burn in this direction, and I'm not actually going to do that burn. I am just going to burn forward, because I know that burning forward will get the job done. So let's kill this maneuver node. Now let's get this periapsis back up, and we're going to do this very, very slowly. We got plenty of time. We're not in any hurry. Get to 100,000. Okay. 18. That works for me. Okay, now all we care about is when our sphere of influence changes, and I like to delete this so it recalculates it. I think it does anyway, but I would rather have it actually do it. So, yeah, I think I can land like right on the limb here, and then we'll get a good view of Kerbal and be in the sunlight at the same time. So we actually might just be able to do this all in one burn. We'll find out when we get there. Okay, so let's crank it up. Bye-bye, Kerbal. We'll be back. And here we come to the moon. We're going to get our change in here. We're going to delete this on close, and there's the moon coming up on the dark side. But we're going to be going around that right side. So yeah, I think it is wise to just get our periapsis as close as possible, and then burn right there. We have basically all the fuel we wanted, so we didn't really use that much fuel. Let's go ahead and add a maneuver. We want to get 11. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to click on the one I care about. Oop. Let's just, there we go. 5. Let's do it. We're here to have fun, right? So we want to burn towards the, I don't even know why I'm doing it. We want to burn towards the circle with the lines inside. Oh, this is, I don't think I've mentioned this one. This is the enhanced nav ball mod. I'm almost positive I have mentioned this one now that I'm saying it. It gives you all the nav ball pointers on there. But I just want to, looking at my maneuver node, I know that I want to burn towards the circle with the lines going in. So I aim at that. And we're just going to burn until our periapsis is around 5 grand. And I'm burning the tiniest bit because I want to be able to control this. Okay, 5.5. That is perfectly fine. Okay, what we're going to do now is we are going to add a periapsis. Actually, let's not add that yet. Let's add a maneuver node here at our periapsis. This will be perfect. We're going to be right on the right where the sun is. Why don't we zoom in on the moon? There we go. That's the way you do it. Right at our periapsis. I don't care where we land. I'm just gonna land somewhere. So let's find out how much it's gonna take to completely stop our burn at periapsis. Okay, it's gonna take 842 delta V's, and now we need to know how much our vessel can do, which is over double that. So we're perfectly fine. We are perfectly fine. We had no problems whatsoever. So 842 delta V's to land, essentially. It's probably going to be closer to 1 grand. But it's going to take 1 minute and 22 seconds. So we need to start this about 45-ish seconds before we get to this thing. So now we don't actually care. Well, actually, you know what? I care enough to send the very best. No, I care enough to get myself aimed at it now, so that I'm just aimed in the right direction. We're going to kill this. We are going to set a periapsis. Make sure it's actually on periapsis so I don't screw that up. And we wanted about 45 seconds, so I'm just going to leave it at the minute. And we're going to add an alarm. We're going to do, it's not exactly a suicide burn, but it's kind of close. We're just going to basically, right when we need to the most, we're going to hit that burn as hard as possible. So we have our alarm set for periapsis. Let's watch the moon come in. And of course we are going to hit F2. And we are going to get our cursor out of the way so it's nice looking. Get up to about, say, 50 times. Let's go up to 100. When the moon starts getting kind of big, we'll switch to 50. Yeah, maybe go up to 1,000 and then come down to 500. Oh, look at that. Coming up on the moon, Jeb. I know you're excited. Here we go. Yeah, and craters are their own biomes and everything. Whoa. Oh God. I should have hit F5, but I'm gonna do it now. Close alarm and unpause. Let's hit F5 to create a quick save, and we are coming in hot. Jeb doesn't care. That's why we call it a suicide, even though it's not technically a suicide burn because we're not on a collision course with anything. We don't have a maneuver node, so let's just go ahead and burn right here. I would like to come in on this flat area right before this huge crater, but it looks like we're probably not going to get that. We're just going to kill our velocity here, hopefully not hitting that huge wall up in front of us. But that's why we save the game. Don't want to kill Jeb. We shall also probably put our landing gear down. And now's the time when I realize I never tested this landing gear. But basically what I'm doing here is I'm keeping my thruster pointed exactly retrograde. And I'm going to cheat my way over this cavern wall here. Looks like we're going to end up in this crater somewhere. Jeb doesn't care. Jeb's happy. We're going to end up somewhere inside this crater. Looks like we're going to be fine. We're going to be... Looks like we might actually be right on that frickin' ridge, which kind of sucks, but what are you going to do? Okay. No, we're gonna end up before the ridge. I'm ready to kill my thrust here. And I'm just making sure I'm coming down straight. There we go. That's about as straight as you can come down. I don't have landing lights or anything because I haven't researched lights yet. But pretty successful landing here. There's my shadow. Just keeping my speed a little low. Now keeping it a lot low. Just want to come down just a touch. Like a baby. And we're down. Good job, Jeb. Nice landing on the moon. Oh, and look at that. Look at that. I think this is going to be a screenshot.